What's way more dangerous than most people think? A kind of random one. But don't eat uncooked slugs or snails. They can have parasites that will make you paralyzed and eventually kill you. An Australian kid died a couple of years ago from it. An awful way to go. Being knocked unconscious. Lots of popular media makes it seem like a minor thing that an average person can shrug off after a short period. In reality, if you are ever knocked out, then you have suffered brain damage. It's possible there might not be any lasting effects, but it's a serious injury and you 100% need to see a doctor if it ever happens to you. Blocking your nose when you sneeze. Though it's rare, you can damage blood vessels in your eyes and nose. You can rupture your eardrum. And you can even have an aneurysm. Bites from other human beings are actually really dangerous due to infection rates. Newts. Many newts, such as the rough-skinned newt, produce a toxin that is 10 times more potent than cyanide. They are only dangerous if you handle them and then don't wash your hands afterwards, or if you eat the newt. There have been multiple reports over the years of someone eating a newt as part of a hazing ritual for a college fraternity, and then dying. The toxin that some newts produce can kill you inside of 15 minutes, because the toxins block the sodium receptors in your nerves, essentially stopping your brain from communicating with your heart. Scary stuff. TLDR. If you handle a newt, wash your hands. And never put a newt in your mouth or you will die. Towing a stuck car with a chain. There is a list of people who have died from having the chain come through the back window and kill them. Eating a lot of spinach. Believe it or not, people have had kidney failure from 3 spinach smoothies in a day. This is due to the high levels of oxalic acid. Anything under tension can be dangerous. Guitar strings hold around 200 pounds of tension. A game of tug-of-war can put thousands of pounds of tension into a rope. It's even been known to kill people. Here's a list. People know that rip currents are dangerous, but don't think about them as a real threat often enough. The king endorsed it. I'd like to expand to running generators indoors. 2. Driving tired. Sleepy. Attempting to change garage door springs without knowing what you're doing can kill you. Doing nothing for a long period of time. It gets addictive, and it's the hardest thing ever to get back on your feet. Glade plugins. My childhood friend's house burned down because of one of them. Also, a plug-in battery charger burned down a customer's garage. Cat bites. Mosquitoes. A lot of household chemicals. Mix the wrong stuff and it's game over, are seriously hurt. Electricity. People seem to have little understanding or respect for it. Not wearing sunblock. Deep cuts on your fingertips. They are called felons and can infect your bloodstream. Clean them out, and if you see a red line traveling up your arm, get yourself to the ER immediately. My neighbor almost died from this when she cut her finger on her violin string. Edit. Removed my advice about changing tires. My main point was, don't go under your car if the tire's off without a jack stand, but that should be obvious. Shit. Reading all of this and wondering how am I alive and still have teeth. Driving. Like you see the statistics of car crash deaths, but I don't think you ever truly realize how dangerous it is to simply drive somewhere, since it is such a routine thing. Moose. Bigger threat to people up here than bears. Edit. Clarification: by up here I mean Canada. Another clarification: we have a lot of moose, and not a lot of grizzly bears. The more common bears, black bears, while still shouldn't be provoked, are a lot smaller and more timid than grizzlies. Not to mention everyone knows to be afraid of bears. They are large carnivores. Most people don't know to be afraid of moose. Listening to loud music using earbuds, or really any headphones. Having permanent hearing damage sucks. Hiking in Arizona heat. Living alone. If you get seriously injured or ill at home and you're unable to reach your phone, your chances of survival are much lower than if you have at least one other person in the household. Misinformation. Texting while driving. Put your ducking phone away, you duck. Palm trees. They are so much heavier than they look, and their branches can kinda just fall off without warning. Not getting enough sleep. Not taking antibiotics to kill a sinus infection. Kinda seems obvious, but 13y/o me didn't think so, and that's how I ended up almost dead. Breaking up with someone even when there was no domestic violence in their relationship. My daughter was killed by her ex-boyfriend for breaking up with him. There are many men and women killed for this same reason. Tylenol. About 500 people die in the US every year from overdose. Roosters are sticks. Make sure you're on their good side. Mine has bitten and scratched me more times than I can count. Living beyond your means. Always having to leverage assets and become financially overextended in order to have things here and now. Hiking in the woods with earpieces in. Even in a suburban area. It seems innocent enough. But not being fully aware of your environment can lead you to not notice snakes or coyotes. Hippos kill more people than lions do. Blunt kitchen knives. It may seem obvious, but they're more dangerous than sharp kitchen knives. Ducking with any animal. A squirrel can and will duck you up. Edit. You fur is a duct. Wild animals. Most people know that they are dangerous, but they don't think about how dangerous they are. An example of this would be something small like a rat. They carry diseases and can destroy stuff if not taken care of. Eating raw cashews. Holding a sneeze in. There have been cases of ruptured brain aneurysms and throats, as well as collapsed lungs. No recorded deaths though, according to the good old Google. Edit. Thank you for the cake day wishes, you wonderful people. Edit 2. Grammar. Coconuts. Coconuts kill 300 times more people a year than sharks, since only 16 attacks occur per year, and 1 death every 2 years, while coconuts kill 150 a year. From falling from trees. Having unprotected sex. Blowing into an orifice. Butthole. Vagina. etc. can cause an air embolism. One that springs to mind for me is flushing your sinuses, i.e. putting water up your nose. If done with straight tap water, brain-eating amoeba can kill you. Low self-esteem. Reddit mods who manipulate information.